lầm Đức có đèn trên đầu họ vui trong đây là lên người.
A Vietnamese poet Tố Hữu once said, "Since the mistaken heart replaced the mind, the magic crossbow fell into the enemy's hands. The country's land collapsed in the deep ocean." Hi guys, so can you guess the place where I'm gonna visit today? It's Cổ Loa. Cổ Loa Citadel is an important fortified settlement and archaeological site in present-day Hanoi's Đông Anh district, roughly 17 kilometers north of present-day Hanoi, in the upper plain north of the Hong River. I have to catch many buses to get there. Now let's go! Talking about Cổ Loa Citadel, every Viet knows the love story of Chau and Trong. Trong was a prince of Nam Yue, the son of the Chinese Mandarin Chau. He was sent as an emissary to the king of Olak and was given the hand in marriage of Chau, the only daughter of An Dương Vương king. But she unwittingly betrayed her father to her husband's father, leading to the fall of Cổ Loa fortress to Chau. Today, visiting Cổ Loa Citadel, you see a small temple worshipping a statue without a head, in nice and smart decorations. According to the local residents, this statue reminds of Princess Chau, who was beheaded by her father king for her betrayal as told in the legend. The mythical origin of the stone statue. At Chau Temple, the statue in the shape of a person sitting with 4 legs and hands on knees without head is not man-made and has been sitting there for 2,400 years. There are a lot of unexplainable and creepy stories around it. People believe that this is the statue of Princess Chau, which proves her words earlier, drifting backward by its seat to the original for serving her father king. Since then, each year one person is assigned to take care of the temple. The legend on Chau's stone statue goes, when King An Dương Vương lost ground in Cổ Loa Citadel, he rode on his horse together with his daughter Princess Chau, leading to the south. Upon arrival at Mộ Đa mountain pass at Diễn Châu, Nghệ An, faced with the East Sea and followed by the enemy, King An Dương Vương asked sent Kim Huy for help. The magic turtle appeared and said, "The enemy is sitting right behind you." The king immediately drew his sword and decided to behead Chau. Before dying, Chau kneeled down and hugged the father and said, "If I were unfaithful and had a scheme to harm you, my body would turn into ash. Otherwise, it would turn into gemstones to serve you." Then he killed her. Trong arrived immediately afterward and found the body of his beloved wife and his father-in-law nowhere to be seen. And that's just the beginning of the story. Hundreds of years later, Cổ Loa local residents spread by mouth the thrilling tales that when casting a net into Hoàng Giang River, some fishermen harvested a stone statue. Finding the stone not special at all, the fishermen returned it into the river. But strangely, the statue had been captured in various times of the nets. Believing it to be an omen, people called on each other to pull it out of the water. When the children saw the stone, they played and climbed naughtily on it. After that, they got sick. Gradually, villagers realized that the stone was sacred, so they relocated it for worshipping, but impossible. Only when Cổ Loa people brought a beautiful hammock to carry, and 2 great-grandparents were sent to the stone, that such stone rolled away in the hammock and Cổ Loa people carried it home. Once reaching the Chau small temple now, the hammock was broken, and the people could not carry it by any way. Then the villagers established a small temple here. The stone can grow up through the time.
Đá là đá lớn đấy, tức là đá to lên như mỗi bao nhiêu năm nó lại to lên bao nhiêu, nó kiểu như đá mỏng mà lên như là đá rất lớn. Cha cũng chém đầu con mèo của cha, đời nguyên như thế đấy, đời nguyên mèo của cha. Cha cũng chém đầu con mà vô tình bắt con thì con yếu, vô tình không hề có.
The sanctuary is where the altar is located to worship Chau. There was a throne on top. The innermost compartment is where the stone statue is placed. This is the Chau stone statue told in the legend. It can be added that the place where Chau was beheaded by her father was in Mộ Đa Pass in Nghệ An province today. But the petrified statue drifted to the outer rampart in Đông Anh, Hanoi. The initial size of Chau stone was small, but then it was getting bigger and bigger. At first, villagers were excited about that, but through the time, they were scared that there was no room to house the statue. And such stones stopped to grow only when the people begged. The respected elderly in the village prayed, "If you have supernatural power, please have the mercy for the poor people like us. We can't afford to build more temples for you." In fact, the stones stopped growing and no longer grow as sacred. The statue is dressed up beautifully every year. It is said that people come here to ask for love, and their wishes will come true due to her love affair. Next to Chau's temple is An Dương Vương temple. An Dương Vương was the king and the only ruler of the kingdom of Âu Lạc. As the leader of the Âu Việt tribes, he defeated the last Hung king of the state of Văn Lang and united its people, known as the Lạc Việt, with his people, the Âu Việt. An Dương Vương fled and committed suicide after the war with Nan Yue forces in 179 BC.
Tuyệt vời nhất thế giới ở chung với đảo, coi như là thành thì cao, hào thì sâu, thành cao hào sâu nhá.
Nhắc luôn đấy hả?
Thành cao hào sâu, mai mà vào thì phải có thuyền, có thang mới trèo lên.
That's all for today's video about King An Dương Vương and his daughter Chau and her injustice. The history closed. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you next time.
Mẹ thấy quân Nam Á nó quân Trung Quốc, và những quân Mỹ